Welcome to the Mythical Vault, the place where ancient legends and terrifying tales come alive. In this series, we embark on a journey into the shadowy world of Japanese folklore, where ghosts of the dead roam freely, and where supernatural beings known as yokai hide in the corners of the unseen. This is the first episode of Japanese Ghosts and Mysteries. We will introduce you to the haunting spirits of Yurei, ghosts whose souls remain trapped between life and death. But before we dive into the specific tales of vengeful spirits and sorrowful wanderers, let us take a step into the mystical realm of Japanese ghostly folklore to understand the depth and complexity of these spirits. Imagine walking through a quiet village at night. The only sound is the soft whistle of the wind and the distant echo of footsteps that are not your own. Your heart races, and just when you think you are alone, a figure emerges from the shadows. A woman dressed in a white kimono, her long black hair flowing in the breeze, her face pale and ghostly, her eyes filled with sorrow or anger. This is a Yurei, a restless spirit forever wandering the earth in search of something it cannot find. In Japanese culture, ghosts are not just figures of the past, they are deeply woven into the fabric of the present. The term Yurei is often translated as faint spirit or dim spirit, but there is nothing faint about their presence. These spirits are often born from powerful emotions, love, grief, betrayal, or rage, and these emotions keep them tethered to the world of the living, unable to move on to the afterlife. The Yurei are typically depicted as women with long flowing hair and white burial kimonos, their feet never touching the ground as they drift silently through the night. They appear suddenly, without warning, bringing with them a chill that penetrates your very soul. Why do they appear? It is said that when someone dies with unfinished business, when they die in a state of deep sorrow or burning anger, their soul cannot rest. These spirits are trapped, forever wandering, searching for peace or revenge. One of the most feared Yurei is the Onryo, the vengeful spirit. These spirits were wronged in life, often in the most brutal ways, and their anger is so powerful that it brings them back from the dead. Take the story of Oiwa, for example, a beautiful woman whose beauty became her curse. She was betrayed by her husband, poisoned, and left disfigured. In life, Oiwa was powerless to stop the cruelty of those around her, but in death, her spirit rose, twisted by hatred, determined to exact revenge. Oiwa's ghost is said to haunt those who betrayed her, appearing in mirrors or creeping into their dreams. Her once beautiful face now distorted and horrifying. Her vengeance is swift, and her victims are powerless to escape her wrath. Imagine waking in the middle of the night, only to see her pale face reflected in the mirror beside your bed, her empty eyes staring back at you. This is the power of the Onryo ghosts, so filled with anger that they transcend death itself. But not all Yurei are filled with hatred or anger. Some are bound to this world by love, by sorrow, by an overwhelming desire to protect those they left behind. The Yubyum is one such spirit, a ghost born not from anger, but from maternal love. In life, the Yubyum was a mother who died during childbirth, leaving her child behind. In death, she returns to care for her child, her spirit wandering the streets in search of someone who will help raise her baby. Imagine a soft cry in the middle of the night, a woman's voice calling out for help. You follow the sound, only to find a pale woman standing in the shadows, cradling a baby in her arms. She asks you to hold the child for just a moment, and as you do, the woman disappears, leaving you with an empty blanket in your hands. The Yubyun is a tragic figure, not driven by hatred, but by an undying love that transcends death itself. The Yurei are not the only spirits that haunt the land of Japan. There are also the yokai, supernatural creatures that inhabit the forests, rivers, and mountains. Some yokai are mischievous tricksters, while others are fearsome monsters that bring terror to the hearts of those who cross their path. Take the Kappa, for example, a water-dwelling yokai that lives in rivers and ponds. The Kappa is often depicted as a small turtle-like creature with a dish of water on its head. They are mischievous, known for pulling people into the water and causing chaos, but they also have a sense of honor. If you bow to a Kappa, it will bow back, spilling the water from its head and rendering it powerless. This strange combination of trickery and honor is what makes the yokai so fascinating. They are not purely evil nor purely good. They exist in the gray areas of morality, just like humans. Then there are the Oni, fearsome demons with horns and sharp teeth, known for their strength and brutality. The Oni are often depicted as giant, ogre-like beings that terrorize villages, devouring humans and causing destruction wherever they go. Yet, even the Oni are complex creatures, sometimes depicted as protectors or even gods, depending on the story. These yokai, like the Yurei, are deeply ingrained in Japanese culture and serve as reminders of the thin line between the natural and the supernatural, between the world we see and the world that lies just beyond. In Japan, ghost stories are often told during the summer months, a tradition known as kaiden. It is believed that hearing these chilling tales can send shivers down your spine, cooling you during the hot summer nights. Families and friends gather around, sharing stories of yurei and yokai, passing down these tales from generation to generation. The stories are not just entertainment. They are a way to connect with the past, with the spirits of ancestors, and with the mysteries that have shaped Japan's history. As we continue this journey through Japanese ghosts and mysteries, we will explore these stories in greater depth. Each episode will bring you closer to the spirits that haunt Japan, to the yurei who seek peace or revenge, and to the yokai who walk the forests and rivers, waiting for unsuspecting travelers. In the next episode, we will dive deep into the tale of Oiwa, a tragic story of betrayal, disfigurement, and relentless revenge. But for now, beware the shadows that move in the night, for they may not be as empty as they seem. Thank you for joining us on this first step into the world of Japanese ghosts and mysteries. Make sure to subscribe to the Mythical Vault to stay updated on our journey into the supernatural. Until next time. Remember, in Japan, the dead are never far away.